Now, we're going to move on to our pulse check. Wes, me or you, who's going first today? I got the low pick this time. You got the high pick. Why don't I go first? I'll just get it out
You
of the
go
way.
first.
You
You
talk
go
about the
first.
high pick. Low pick, we talked about it already today. So I wanted to kind of keep something, in the flow, in the theme of the game of the year. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It's on sale like everywhere right now. Here's your pricing for price charting. You got the loose disc of Jedi Survivor. Wes, a whopping $16 that thing will run you. If you want to collect it in a complete in box, you got $20 on your pocket. You got yourself a copy.
The best $20 you'll spend.
And if you want a sealed one, also $20. So there you have it. $20 will get you an awesome game. The price charting one that we're looking at, if you haven't already looked at the picture, if maybe you're an audio listener, we're talking about the Xbox Series X version. The PlayStation version is slightly higher. Not by much.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
I wonder why.
I honestly, like, Xbox isn't supporting physical media as much. I'd imagine like
True.
collectors are just collecting the PS3 version, and they can PlayStation version. Let's just say that.
Mm-hmm.
And PlayStation can probably keep their prices up higher than Xbox. Retailers are discounting the discs faster on Xbox because they're not selling as fast.
Okay.
That would be my assumption.
You would think, like, going forward, though, if Microsoft isn't producing a whole lot of physical discs, you would think that that shift would go the other way. We'll see.
Yes, but the retailers are just not going to carry their products. So it'll be interesting to see what Microsoft does. Like I think I mentioned this to you before. This is off subject, but the Target near my house does not have a physical Xbox section anymore. They're only cards, like downloadable cards, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else. GameStop is purportedly, doing that in the future as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But
Lame.
Jedi Survivor, really, really good game for dirt cheap.
Dirt cheap. Get it. What you got for us, Wes?
I picked like an off the wall Xbox 360 game, Fatal Inertia.
Racing game.
It was a Wipeout type of game. If
That's cool.
anybody's familiar with Wipeout, it was hovercrafts, combat, weapons, racing game. Yeah, it kind of snuck in under the radar. It was, like I said, it was one of those like Wipeout clones. At that point, hovercraft combat was a thing. And loose Fatal Inertia is $61.
Quite a bit for an Xbox game, that's for sure.
Just a disc? I know.
This is an Xbox 360 game, by the way.
Xbox 360.
I don't know if we mentioned that or not. I don't know.
Complete in box, $61 also.
That doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
Well, that kind of is like the only thing I could take away from that is that the print run is so low that if these are going up for sale, people are just paying whatever they're around what they're asking for, as long as it's not egregious, just to get a copy of the game.
Yeah, and then if you happen to find a brand new sealed copy, that's where the price jumps. You're looking at $280.
There you go. That's a pretty hefty jump.
You know what? For a 360 game?
Yeah.
360 games are usually pretty cheap.
This now,
this is one of the rare ones. Yeah, this is one of the rare ones where you're going to wind up paying a hefty penny for a sealed copy of a 360 game.
Yeah, and 360 is on the rise. So if you find a complete in box copy, I would recommend picking that up because the price, at least in the foreseeable future, like in the next couple of years, it's probably just going to continue to go up. It may dip eventually again, when the popularity wanes. But right now, 360 is on the rise, so it's only going to get more expensive, at least for in the short term, in my opinion.
Did you ever play it?
No, but I can see the cover in my head, and I know what it looks like, but I never played it. I found out probably a few months ago that game was like getting up there in price, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
it was like one of those games that you kind of forget about until
Oh, I
you like
forgot
see
about it
it.
until I saw it again.
Yeah, like no, nobody thinks about it. Hey, it wasn't okay as far as a game goes itself. It was okay. It was fine. It was Wipeout. It was a Wipeout clone. It was made by I think it was made by Tecmo Koei.
I don't remember, but yeah, I'm sure that game had a low print run to begin with. They weren't like when they made that game, they weren't like we're gonna sell 1,000,000 copies. They're probably like we're gonna sell this amount, and it's gonna be just enough to make our money back with some profit.
Yeah, it was actually, you know what? I'm just gonna check real quick. It was made by Koei. And it did actually come out on PS3 like a year because it came out in 2007 for 360, and then it came out like a year later in Japan though. It's like I don't think I ever saw an American release for PS3, but
That's
anyway,
interesting.
yeah. But anyway,
All right, guys, there you go. Pick up those 2 titles that we mentioned if you feel inclined to do so. I just want to thank you, Wes, for being here today. Appreciate your time, sir. If people want to find you, where can they do so?
you can follow me on Instagram at Grendel5XBX.
Awesome. I'm Matt. You guys can follow me at from NJ2CA. The 2 is the number 2 over on Twitter or X or whatever you'd like to call it. Please make sure you guys are following the company at Nerdthusiast on all social media platforms. And if you liked what you heard today, please consider supporting us over on Patreon. Patreon.com/Nerdthusiast. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. And if you liked what you heard today, please consider giving us a 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It really helps us out, and it's totally free, so there's no excuse not to do so. All right, guys, until next time, y'all take care.
Have a good one, guys.